This is 7 National News. Here are the headlines. Land Department warns of misleading data. Dubai Courts releases performance report for 2010. And flash floods sweep through eastern Indonesia. And in our top story, the Dubai authorities are warning against misleading information surrounding the delivery of between 40 and 50,000 houses that are to be completed this year. The Land Department says that around 10,000 new houses will be delivered in 2011. And according to a local paper, Sultan Butt bin Majaran, Director General of the department, said the houses will not be put under any pressure on the local property market, as the sector is able to absorb them, given the ongoing recovery process. He said that the original data was incorrect and gives misleading indicators to investors about the real situation, and were based on the assumption that 220 housing projects under construction would be completed this year. He added that he believes the market and prices are now heading for stability, despite some price disparities in the emirate. The Dubai courts heard over 106,000 cases last year, up from 90,000 in the previous year. The court's annual performance report for 2010 reveals that nearly 60,000 were civil cases, and the rest, which were penal cases, stood at over 46,000. Director General Dr. Ahmed bin Hazim said that by making the report publicly available is a drive towards more transparency within the judicial system and is an assessment of the department's performance. The rate of judged cases increased by 25% last year compared to the year before. An average of 138 days was taken to judge in cases in the first instance, 167 days in the appeal, and 136 in the cassation courts. Officials from the Department of Municipal Affairs recently met with representatives of the International Code Council to settle the new building codes for the building and construction industry in Abu Dhabi. This was made official in a statement released by the DMA. It said the meeting discussed the latest developments related to the Abu Dhabi building codes and the benefits they will bring to the local economy. Additionally, it was stated that the ICC and DMA have been working together to develop best practice standards in the building and construction industry in the Emirate. The Workers' Affairs Committee in Dubai is planning to launch The Drive, a year-long awareness programme to educate all workers in the Emirate on their rights and duties. Speaking during a ceremony in the Emirate to honour the members of the field team affiliated with the committee, Major General Mohammed Al-Meri, Director General of the Residency and Foreign Affairs Department and Chairman of the Permanent Committee for Workers' Affairs, said the concerted efforts of the stakeholders have greatly contributed to the implementation of the government directives in protecting the earnings of workers in a way that conforms to the norms of the UAE. The latest figures published by the UAE Statistics Bureau have revealed the population of the UAE had reached 8.26 million people by the end of the first half of 2010. Emirati nationals accounted for 11.5% of the population at the end of June, totaling just over 940,000 people. The data showed while non-nationals numbered just over 7,300,000. The total population of the UAE grew 65% compared to figures for 2006 published on the Bureau's website. However, this growth was driven by expat immigration, which rose 75% from 2006 to the end of June last year. According to the data, the majority of UAE nationals, more than 42%, lived in Abu Dhabi at the end of June. Filipino women who made exemplary contributions to their community and the UAE at large were recently recognised. The event, Women of Substance, is now an important affair in the community's calendar as it continues to empower and uplift women in general and Filipinas in particular. This year, 7 individuals who are shining examples of what women are capable of were celebrated. Khadija Saleh has more.
It was a Friday afternoon filled with glitz and glamour, highlighting Filipino women at the 4th Annual Women of Substance. His Excellency Consul General Benito Valeriano led the community comprised of different nationalities that came out to join in celebrating the Filipino women, her evolution and achievements in recent years.
Because we portrayed various photographs of Filipinas in different poses and also in different conditions, it will give you the general character of our people.
The event, a brainchild of entrepreneur, owner and editor of Ilustrado, a Dubai-based Filipino magazine, says this is their way of uplifting the Filipinas image.
There are 400,000 Filipinos in the UAE, and the community is comprised of a significant number of women. Thus, event organizers say it is essential to empower and uplift Filipino women by recognizing their outstanding contributions.
We always want to give inspiration, to the community by showing good examples, by showing the achievement of women, how they can succeed despite adversity, and the things that they do to help each other in the community. Because I think when you give inspiration, it drives people and it motivates people to do better for themselves.
22 women have been honored in the past 3 years. According to them, the recognition served as an inspiration to do more.
If you're the one doing the good, you're inspiring other people to do good. And if you're the one just listening, you just want to get out there and help people.
This year's Women of Substance included a young success story who defied all odds, a jet-setting top executive overseeing 70 countries, a devoted spiritual servant, and a woman who's motivating young Emiratis to success. Those who could be there made it, while those who couldn't were represented by people whose lives they've touched. Renowned Filipina clinical psychologist Dr. Margarita Holmes also addressed the audience.
A woman of substance is someone who is true to herself. A woman of substance is not self-congratulatory. I think that is so important. And a woman of substance respects that other women may not necessarily be like her, but she respects, admires, and hopefully likes them too.
From the photographers who documented the various images of a Filipina to the fashion designers who dressed some of them for the makeover and continue to keep a close eye on the ever-changing fashion sense and scene, as well as the public, everybody said there are many reasons to be proud of the Filipina woman.
Well, to me, I see the Filipino women are quite diverse in the career opportunities that they chase, and it's good to see them excel in this culture here in the Middle East. It's a great opportunity for career advancement and professional establishment in the community.
It was an event like no other, and organizers as well as attendees were unanimous in saying that it has grown in scale. But more than the numbers, it was the value, the impact, and the experience it added to the Filipino women and the many people they meet and whose lives these women of substance continue to better every day in their own special way. Khadija Sali, 7 National News.
The municipality of Abu Dhabi City has recently seized a large quantity of tobacco, estimated as 35,000 kilograms, in a tyre selling and repairing shop at Al Difa Road in the capital. The quantity seized comprised of 700 sacks, each weighing 50 kilograms in addition to 20 large barrels of raw tobacco and 20 cartons, including hundreds of bottles used for packaging tobacco as well as processing, wrapping and grinding utensils. All quantities of tobacco processing equipment and packing tools seized at the site were confiscated. Al Ramaithi restated the municipality's keen attention to maintain the community's health and safety and called for the community to cooperate in combating the negative practices. And looking abroad now, heavy rain for nearly a month has swelled the Panay Lake and caused floods to sweep through the Panay district in the central Papua province of eastern Indonesia. Local media reports say that at least 13 have been killed, dozens are injured and many are still missing. Rising waters broke the banks of the river and waters rushed into the residential areas, sweeping away dozens of wooden and concrete houses. Thai customs officials seized 2 tons of African ivory worth around $3.3 million in Bangkok on Friday that came in from Kenya. Authorities discovered the shipment of ivory on Wednesday when they searched a container that appeared suspicious during a routine scan. Officers found the ivory packed into plastic bags and mixed in with 800 boxes of frozen mackerel. The shipment, falsely declared as 1 ton of mackerel, was being shipped from Kenya to India by PJ Frozen Limited Partnership, a frozen food importer. The ivory will now be kept at the Department of National Parks, Wildlife and Plant Conservation. And up next, we have the day's business news, so stay with us.